back to episode 4 of the Couch Critics. Today we're going to be talking about Cal's favorite movie, which is The Shawshank Redemption. Although it's a pretty sad episode today, we don't have Cal with us anymore.
Okay, so we're going to do it the way we've done it every other one. Everyone's going to go through and rate this movie out of 10.
Okay.
So now we're going to go through and say one thing that we would change about the movie. Gavin, you want to
Here,
go
I'll
first?
start us off. One thing I would change about this movie, I give it a 7.4, which is, just kind of, obviously it's not a 5 or anything, but I just thought this movie was nothing too crazy. And the reason for that is I felt like it was very slow-paced, and, towards the middle of the movie, it was just super slow, and, there was really no development in the plot for, a good portion of this movie, so that's one thing I would change. It's just very slow towards the middle.
I could definitely see that. I think a lot of people think that about this movie. But I think Shawshank Redemption was really good. I think that the only thing that I didn't really like was there was a lot of unrealistic things about prison. I just think some of the things that happen, obviously it's a movie, but it's just kind of unrealistic. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what Celia said, with it not being realistic. Like, for example, the one scene, after Andy escaped through the tunnel, he would have needed to pull the poster back over the hole from the inside to hide it, but that's physically impossible. So, yeah, just some things weren't real.
Yeah, I do remember that. Watching that for the first time, I was like, how is that possible?
I don't know if you guys have ever watched Prison Break, but
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well,
Me neither. What's it?
it's about this guy who's escaping prison, but there's more to
It's
it.
called Prison Break.
Oh, yeah.
But it kind of reminded me of Prison Break a little bit, but
Right.
it wasn't as obviously in detail because it wasn't a show; it was a movie. But things like that, there was kind of plot holes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, and now we're gonna go to our favorite scene. So.
I could start us off with that. I really like this scene because
What scene?
I'm getting to that.
Oh.
So my favorite scene was when they finally expanded the library, because they spent years writing letters to improve the prison library, and when it finally expands, it just really shows how persistence and education can create hope even in a prison, and it was just super inspiring to watch that happen and made me feel good. So it's probably my favorite part of the movie.
My favorite my favorite scene is the rooftop scene. I think it's pretty well known, kind of an iconic scene.
Right.
But I think it's the best scene because it shows all of his hope and freedom and everything that humanity almost.
Right.
And it's just kind of him being happy after all the hardship he's been through.
And that's how it came to pass, that on the second to last day of the job, the convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49 wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer, courtesy of the hardest screw that ever walked a turn at Shawshank State Prison.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies.
The colossal prick even managed to sound magnanimous. We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men. Hell, we could have been tarring the roof of one of our own houses. We were the lords of all creation. As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade, a strange little smile on his face, watching us drink his beer.
Even though I kind of dissed on the scene earlier because it was unrealistic, I think the scene where Andy escapes through the sewer pipe is one of the best ones. Him standing outside in the rain after is one of the most famous shots in film history. After he escaped out of the sewer pipes, because of that, it's probably my favorite scene.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
That's a good scene.
I think, okay. So now we're going to go through and give our weekly ranking. Obviously, we don't have Cal here to kind of vouch for his own movie, but I really liked this movie. I think this is probably my favorite behind Gladiator.
So what's your orders right now?
My order is Gladiator, Shawshank Redemption, Wolf of Wall Street. Oh no, Hacksaw Ridge, Wolf of Wall Street.
All right. I think this movie. I'm gonna put this movie at for me in my ranks is third. I think, obviously, like I've said in previous episodes, The Gladiator is just a super poor movie in my opinion, and it was a super tough watch. So I'm gonna put that at 4, and then I'm gonna put Shawshank Redemption at 3, Wolf of Wall Street at 2, and Hacksaw Ridge at 1.
At 4, and then I'll go Shawshank Redemption, Hacksaw Ridge, and then Wolf of Wall Street.
All right, so our group weekly ranking. Last week, I think it was Hacksaw Ridge, Wolf of Wall Street, Gladiator.
Yeah.
So I think this year it is this week, it's going to be Hacksaw Ridge, Wolf of Wall Street, Shawshank Redemption, Gladiator.
Yep. So that's our current rankings now.
It's our ranking, but I don't think it's a very good ranking.
Why not? I think
because it's the opposite of what I think.
But
so
I think obviously without Cal, it's hard to do with 3 people, but most definitely, like, we all watched the movies, and Gladiator was a super tough watch, and I know it's your favorite movie, but Gladiator is just super poor.
Yeah, but I think this is better than Wolf of Wall Street. Like, Wolf of Wall Street is funny, but, like, this is a better movie.
Oof.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think, because Wolf of Wall Street is, like, supposed to be just entertaining, like, pure entertainment, so that's why I have it higher than this. But this movie kind of has, like, a better plot than that, but it was just kind of boring for me. So.
Okay, so that's our ranking. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Couch Critics. We'll see you in the next episode, which will be...
stay tuned for the next movie, guys.
It's going to be a surprise, and there's going to be a guest.
There's going to be a surprise guest, too.
Yeah. All right, goodbye. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you.